Hello student, today we are going to discuss a very important system in human body, that is the circulatory system. Circulatory system is also called cardiovascular system, is an organ system which permits the blood to transport nutritious substance within the body. Human circulatory system first of all described by the scientist William Harvey. The human circulatory system consists of heart, arteries, veins, capillaries and blood. First of all, we would discuss about the most important organ in human circulatory system, that is the heart. Okay, heart is a fibromuscular organ. It is conical in shape. It is covered with a transparent double membrane which is called a pericardium. Pericardium filled with a fluid which is called a pericardial fluid. This fluid helps the heart to protect it from mechanical injury. The superior vena cava collects the impure blood from the anterior parts of the body, and the inferior vena cava collects the impure blood from the posterior part of the body. These impure bloods pour into the right atrium. Okay, here is the wall which separates the right and left atrium, which is thin. Both the right and left atrium opens through a common opening that is called the auriculoventricular opening. These auriculoventricular opening guarded by the valves. These are the tricuspid valve in right side with three flaps, and bicuspid valve or mitral valve with two flaps in the left side. Okay, there is another valve which is the pulmonary valve and aortic valve. These valves helps to protect the blood flow in one direction only. There is the special type of string like structure, that is the chorda tendineae. What's the work of this chorda tendineae? Why it is very important? Did you know? Okay, this chorda tendineae helps to hold these valves when the contraction of ventricle takes place. Actually, these valves are very important in circulation because it works as a security guard. They protects the backward flow of the blood. Okay, when the deoxygenated blood pour into the right atrium, there is SA node. SA node generates the electrical impulses, and these electrical impulses carry through the Purkinje fiber. What's the name Purkinje fiber? It's after the scientists. These Purkinje fibers are electrically excitable cells of myofibril tissues. Okay, these conduct the electrical impulses by which the contraction of atrium takes place, and due to this contraction the blood forcefully comes into the right ventricle. Okay, when the blood pour into the right ventricle, from here it is forced towards the pulmonary artery, and pulmonary artery carries this impure blood towards the lungs, where the dissociation of carbon dioxide takes place and diffusion of oxygen takes place. That's why here the oxygen loaded and blood become pure. Now this pure blood carry through pulmonary vein again back to the heart and pour into the left atrium. Okay, these left atrium contracts due to the electrical impulses received by the AV node. Okay, and due to the electrical impulses received by the AV node, the mitral valves open and the blood forcefully entered into the left ventricle. The wall of right and left ventricle are separated through a thick septum which is called the interventricular septum. The walls of left ventricle is more thicker than the right ventricle because here the pressure is much greater than the right ventricle. The left ventricle filled with pure blood. Now this blood forcefully goes towards the largest artery, that is the aorta, and from here this pure blood continuously distributed throughout the body cells. Okay, here is some important other terms also. Why these valves always starts open and close simultaneously? Because due to the pressure and the electrical impulses conducted by the Purkinje fiber, which is generates through the SA node, they gives a message to continuously opens and shut whenever the flows or blood takes place within the heart. That's why the SA node is also considered as the pacemaker. Here we can once again review the working of the heart. The impure blood collected through the superior and inferior vena cava pour into the right atrium. These impure blood now forcefully goes to the right ventricle. From here, the impure blood comes into the pulmonary artery which carry the blood towards the lungs, and the dissociation of carbon dioxide and loading of oxygen takes place in the lungs part, and then it again comes through the pulmonary veins and again towards the left atrium and then the left ventricle. From here, the circulation of blood takes place continuously within the body. Okay, in circulation there are some other important terms, that is the arteries. Okay, arteries, veins and capillaries, these are the blood vessels which helps in circulation. Arteries carries the oxygenated blood from the heart and distribute throughout the body. There is one exception also, the pulmonary artery which carry the deoxygenated blood towards the lungs. Okay, the veins carry deoxygenated blood from the several parts of the body and pour it into the heart for the purification. But here is also one exception, the pulmonary veins which carry the oxygenated blood towards the heart from the lungs. Okay, capillaries play a very important and vital role. They convey the blood within the arterioles and venules. Why the circulation of human blood is called the double circulation? Because during the circulation blood comes twice in the heart. That's why it is called the double circulation. When we see the route followed by the blood, first time it followed through the heart, then lungs, and again back to the heart. This is called the pulmonary circulation. And when the blood route followed from the heart to the body parts except lung, that is the systematic circulation. Here I want to tell you one important thing about the heart. Our heart every day pumps near about 22,000 gallons blood every day. Okay, what circulates? The blood circulates within our body, and blood is a fluid connective tissue which contain a special type of pigment which is called the hemoglobin. That's why the color of the blood is red. The hemoglobin pigment having a special affinity to binds with oxygen, and that time it forms a complex compound which is called the oxyhemoglobin, and it carries the oxygen throughout the body cells. It also brings back the carbon dioxide in the form of deoxygenated blood, and that time this complex compound is called the carboxyhemoglobin. Okay, like that in whole body the circulation of blood takes place. Hope you can understand some important terms about the human circulation. Thank you.